It's Monday, the day before Election Day. Mark Arum and the Bananas with you live. Hopefully keeping you informed and entertained from 6 to 8 p.m. here on 95.5 WSB. Tomorrow, your election headquarters right here on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk, starting with Scott Slade and Atlanta's Morning News at 4:30 and then running all night long. Tomorrow, we're only on for an hour, by the way, Longoria, 6 to 7. Because Chris Chandler's going to start our in-depth team coverage on the election at 7 p.m. today. So short show. Oh, you'll be here till midnight.
I'm here till midnight. It don't matter to me.
Deborah and I get a short show tomorrow.
Yes, you do.
But you'll be stoic on the other side of the takeout window. So, yeah, I mean, big election. What are you going to do? I hope everything's calm and peaceful, and let's count the votes, and let's move on with our lives. That's what we got to do. But what we got to do now is what we do every Monday to kick off the Mark Arum Show. What is that, Longoria?
Let's play Millennial Match Game.
Joining us live from her confirmed Buckhead Palace from the WSB Radio Digital Desk, it's our good friend Randy. How are you, Randy Pants?
I'm good, Mark. So what's going on, everybody?
Are you ready for debate coverage tomorrow? What's your schedule like tomorrow? Because I know it's all hands on deck.
Yeah, we have our regular schedule. Then, the Power Pod is doing our thing. So it's going to be a long night, but I'm excited. I like stuff like this.
Their TV, Deborah, is doing 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
In the nursing field, yes.
That's what they're doing this week for elections. So that doesn't impact me.
I did that for Christmas when I first started radio.
Really? 12 hour on? Yeah. I've never even heard of the phrase. Have you ever heard of that? 12 hours on, 12
Andrew
hours.
does it all the time.
Yeah, that is true. So anyway, we got you covered with election. Randy is the queen of Millennial Match Game. She is awesome. You know that already. Randy, think about tonight's category. It is TV catchphrases, okay? Think about that. TV catchphrases. Millennial Match Game, as always, brought to you by my pals at Rocco's European Garage. Let's meet our contestants on the phone. Jenny's in beautiful Berkeley Lake. Jenny, welcome to the show. Tell the folks a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I am a real estate broker and been in Atlanta for 28 years now.
How is the real estate market in Atlanta right now, Jenny?
It is fantastic.
It's booming?
It's a buyer and a seller's market.
Oh, that's a rarity. Yeah,
that's a very rare
That's
thing.
the 12 on, 12 off of the real estate market right there.
No, it's 24.
24 on. Thank you. All right, well, Jenny, you're going to be taking on Mark in Stockbridge. Mark, welcome to the show. Tell the folks a little bit about yourself.
Thank you. I'm a boomer, born in '57. I work for a major metropolitan sheriff's office as a civilian employee, and just enjoying myself.
Do you get a badge with that gig?
No. It's a civilian. I read fingerprints. Pretty much.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, I've been there 15 years next week.
Maybe we'll have you fingerprint Low T Chuck when he gets back from vacation. I want to know what's going on with that guy. All right, so here's the deal. Millennial Match Game. I'm going to say a TV catchphrase. You guys, Jenny and Mark, don't need to know the answer. You just have to guess whether or not Randy will know. This is an example. This one doesn't count. Randy, the catchphrase is yabba dabba doo. What TV show or character said yabba dabba doo?
That is a Fred Flintstone from the Flintstones.
All right, it's that easy, guys. It's a guessing game. You don't need to know the answer. Just guess whether Randy will know. When in doubt, the millennial doesn't know. Here you go, Jenny. This TV catchphrase is, ay caramba, ay caramba.
I think Randy's bright enough to know that one.
Randy is bright enough to know that. I don't see the audio here, but Randy, what is ay caramba?
Thank you, Jenny. That is Ricardo, and that is I Love Lucy.
Oh, my goodness.
Woohoo.
No.
What?
No?
Ay caramba is Bart Simpson from The Simpsons. Ay caramba.
No, he got that from Ricardo Allen.
No, Ricardo Allen.
That's my classmate.
No.
Ricardo,
Babaloo was Ricky's catchphrase. Babaloo. Ay caramba was Bart
Audio's
Simpson.
there. Somehow it's organized.
Oh, there it is.
Ay caramba.
Yeah, that's Bart Simpson. We play that again, Longoria. This is not Ricky Ricardo.
Ay caramba.
That's Bart Simpson. All right, Mark, you're up. TV catchphrase. This catchphrase is, I'm Rick James. Will Randy know whose catchphrase was, I'm Rick James?
I'm going to say yes.
Randy, whose catchphrase was, I'm Rick James?
I think there's another word after that, but anywho, that is Dave Chappelle.
I'm Rick James. I'm Rick
James. He is at the old Norcross Theater. Is that Norcross Theater, Comedy Theater?
Yeah, all weekend.
He was there all weekend. He's doing shows tonight and tomorrow. That's pretty amazing. All right, here we go, Jenny. TV catchphrase edition of Millennial Match Game. This catchphrase is Jinkies. Jinkies. Will Millennial Randy know who said that catchphrase? Jinkies.
Oh.
It's a no,
I'm
Jenny.
going to say no.
Yeah, it's a definite no. I wouldn't have gotten this one. And this is from my... You know this one, Randy?
Yes, I know this one. I seen so many this past weekend dressed up for Halloween. She's from Scooby-Doo with the orange sweater, with the glasses.
Jinkies. Jinkies.
That's right. It's Velma. We'll give you that
Velma,
one.
there
I'm
we go.
sorry, Jenny. I polluted your answer there. I didn't think there was any way she would get Jinkies. Round 2 Millennial Match Game brought to you by Rocco's European Garage. TV catchphrases. What's the score, Deborah, and who is up?
All right, Mark's got one, Jenny nothing, and it is Mark's turn.
All right, Mark, this one's very generic, so I don't know. This TV catchphrase is, dude. Dude. Just one time, though. Dude. Will Randy the Millennial know what TV show or character had the catchphrase of, dude?
I'm going to say no.
It's so wide. I mean, I don't know. It's a tough one. Randy, dude. This is a very popular show in the mid-2000s.
The mid-2000s.
Yeah.
Dude.
Dude.
I feel like it's okay. I feel like it was a guy.
Yeah.
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 Okay. He may have had long hair that came like past his shoulders.
Yeah. Curly.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking of. He wore those black boots. He wore that tied around his waist, some khaki shorts.
I don't know. You're thinking of Longoria.
I've never worn that in my life.
I don't know. Give me a show. What show do you think he was on, Randy?
7-Eleven.
Dude.
Oh wait, Seventh Heaven.
Dude.
Seventh Heaven, she says.
Dude.
It's Hurley from Lost. Did you ever see Lost, Randy?
Negative.
No, you guys. I loved Lost. I watched it.
Nah,
So anyway, Hurley was this big burly character, great character, and I was at the World Series of Poker in Vegas, and I saw him, and I went up to him like, "Oh man, can I get a picture with you, blah blah blah?" He's like, "Yeah, okay." So I take a picture with him. He's like, "Man, I love you in Lost." He goes, "What are you talking about?" Like it was a guy that just looked just like him, and I don't know why he was bewildered why I wanted to take a picture with him, but it was not the actual dude. All right, it is Jenny's turn. Jenny, this TV catchphrase is "Take a bite out of crime." Take a bite out of crime. Will Millennial Randy know who said that catchphrase?
I think she will.
I think so too. Randy's a worldly gal. Randy, who said the catchphrase "Take a bite out of crime"?
I think it was I can't think of his name, but it's the dog that like wore a trench coat.
Take a
He
bite
was like a hound dog.
I'm gonna give you credit.
Take a bite out of crime.
The dog that wore a trench coat was McGruff the crime dog.
McGruff.
Yeah.
Yes.
The fact that you say the dog that wore a trench coat is money. That is worthy of the point. All right, here we go, Mark. This catchphrase is "You idiot." Will Millennial Randy know who said the catchphrase "You idiot"?
Oh, Lord. I hope so. I'm going to say yes.
All right, Randy. Now I'm not calling you an idiot, but the catchphrase was "You idiot."
It's like I kind of know, but I'm kind of like I'm not really sure. I feel like it's like Pinky in the Brain when he says it, but he says more so who can go rule the world. But you idiot.
No.
Ooh, wait a minute. Man, come on.
Is Pinky in the Brain a cartoon?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to give you credit for it then. It's Ren and Stimpy. It's close enough.
That's nowhere close enough. No way.
I don't care. They're both
Whoa,
cartoons.
whoa,
They're
whoa.
both
Oh, that is-
cartoons. I knew what she meant.
So is Fred Flintstone, but doesn't mean it's close.
You meant Ren and Stimpy, right, Randy?
You know I did.
Yeah, of course. I know my boo. All right.
Confused.
It's fine. It's fine. A dog in a trench coat. I'm giving Randy wide berth tonight on the Millennial Match Game. Here we go. Jenny, this TV catchphrase is, "Hello, Newman." Will Randy know who said "Hello, Newman"?
Yes.
All right.
I believe she
A
will.
lot of pressure here, Randy. I want you to get this one right. Hello, Newman.
I have never heard of that. Can I hear the audio? Maybe that'll help.
What TV show do we talk about the most on this program?
Seinfeld.
Hello, Newman.
That's right. We'll give it to you.
Hey.
Everyone gets points today. I'm like Oprah. I'm just throwing points out to everyone. All right, here we go. Oh, Mark, this is, you know what? I'm not even going to say anything. This TV catchphrase is, "Hey, hey, hey."
Hey, 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 hey.
Well, no, there's two different ones. There's two different TV catchphrases. One is, hey, hey, hey. And then the other one is, hey, hey, hey. This is the first one. Hey, hey, hey.
I'm going to say no.
Oh, all right. It's tough. Randy, hey, hey, hey.
Mark, let me just say you are so funny tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
That is Fat Albert.
Hey, hey, hey! It's Fat Albert!
Now, the other, hey, 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 that was Dwayne in Good Times. No, not Good Times. What's happening? What's happening?
Yes.
So there, in the 70s, there were two catchphrases that said, hey, hey, hey. You had the Fat Albert one.
Hey, hey, hey! It's Fat Albert!
And then you had Dwayne going, hey, hey, hey.
It's all in the inflection.
Hey, hey, hey. End of round 2 Millennial Match Game. What is the score, Deborah Green?
Jenny 2, Mark 3.
Oh, we got a nail-biter. Millennial Match Game TV Catchphrase Edition continues on at the Mark Arum Show when we come back. Still to come on the broadcast, a lot of interesting stories that Deborah has dug up, plus Johnny Kielbasa with a fast food review and a football minute on Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum. Back after this. Welcome back. Final round of Millennial Match Game on the Mark Arum Show. What is the score, Deborah Green, and who is up?
All right, Jenny 2, Mark 3, and Jenny is up.
All right, Jenny, here you go. Need this one to tie it. TV Catchphrase Edition Millennial Match Game. Will Millennial Randy know who had the TV catchphrase of final answer? Final answer?
Gosh, that's a toughie because that's a long time ago.
Yeah, especially for a millennial. That's half a lifetime ago for a millennial.
But this, I think she will.
All right, Randy, real quick, whose TV catchphrase was final answer?
That was Regis Philbin on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
That is correct. Regis, good job. Here we go, Mark. You ready? This TV catchphrase is the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Will Randy know what TV catchphrase that is from?
I'm going to say no.
Yeah, not a chance in hell. Randy, the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like a game, so I don't know, like a superhero or somebody, but I have no idea.
The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Wide World of Sports on ABC. Wide World of Sports. Here we go, Jenny. Last one. Last one, Jenny. This TV catchphrase is sock it to me. Sock it to me. Will Randy the Millennial know?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, both of them. So Mark says no. Jenny says yes. Randy, sock it to me. No way you know this one, right?
I mean, well, you know, I know the Missy Elliott song with the bread. You know, sock it to me.
Sock it to me, honey.
Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. Have you ever even heard of? Have you ever heard of
Never.
Laugh-In? Yeah, no.
Sock it to me, honey.
That was even before my time. All right, that is the end of Millennial Match Game. What is the score, Deborah Green?
Jenny 3, Mark 4.
All right, Mark, congratulations on the win. Unfortunately, because of the COVID, we have no prizes to give. Jenny, really good job. Really good second place finish. Randy's podcasts are Black, Educated, and Broke, and the Power Pod, and a special political Power Pod tomorrow. Randy, be safe, my friend.
Thanks, y'all.
We'll be right back after news, weather, and traffic. This is The Mark Arum Show.
Hey, this is Anderson Cooper, and you're listening to The Mark Arum Show.
638, 22 in front of 7, 50 degrees on Peachtree Street, 2.5 for The Mark Arum Show back sweat meter. Welcome back to the program. In 12 hours and 22 minutes, the polls will open here in Georgia, and thus begins or continues what some are calling the election of a lifetime. Joining us live from the WSB Radio political desk is our buddy Chris Chandler.
They always call it that. They always call it the most important of our lifetime.
I don't know. 2016, I don't think anyone was calling it that.
No, they were. They were.
Really?
Yes.
All right. Well, at this,
they were in 2018.
Listen, I'm trying to, set the stage for tomorrow.
All right, let's do it.
It's a must-listen day tomorrow on
That's
WSB
true.
Radio. So I'm only on from 6 to 7. We'll have coverage beginning tomorrow morning with 4:30. Scott Slated and Atlanta's Morning News. The polls close at 7. So when the polls close, you're tossing me out of the studio, and you're taking the reins.
That's about it.
WSB Radio.
That's about it.
What do we have scheduled for tomorrow night?
we've got all of our own reporters. We're going to cover both the Senate races here in Georgia, the House races. We've got on our election show, we've got both Erics, Von Hessler and Erickson. We've got Shelley Winter, Monica Pearson. Bill Crane, Greg Bluestein from the AJC, who is a crack political reporter. We've got some of our Cox Media Group reporters in Florida and Ohio, 2 of the big states, and we're going to go until at least midnight and possibly later than that, depending on whether it looks like it's going to be finished, and I'm going to guess no.
Possibly beyond. So I'm very excited about tomorrow's lineup because in the past, I've been the dude, the overnight, the 12 midnight to 3 a.m.
I remember,
dude.
yeah.
So I was on the air. I called 2 elections here on WSB Radio, Obama's first win and Trump's win 4 years ago, which is really cool. But I'd much rather sleep at this point. Like, I mean, seriously, those are career highlights to be on this radio station and call the election.
Oh, heck yeah.
But I'm happy that you're doing it because I plan on going to bed early tomorrow
I don't blame you, and I don't think it's going to be tomorrow night anyway.
Probably not. Yeah, I'll do it in a traffic report on Thursday morning at 6:12 a.m. Like, oh, for breaking news, Scott Slade, we have a winner in the presidential election.
Shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, so get some sleep tonight, buddy.
And it's going to be fun. You know, it's very important, but election night's supposed to be fun. Everybody is so angry.
Yeah.
We're going to have a good time.
We are going to have a good time. Minus election night pizza. I was told prior to the show.
No shared food.
No shared food here. So
they have personal pans.
That is
They
true.
do.
Look
They
at
do.
Deborah Green, problem solver. Pizza Hut, if you're listening, we need personal pan pizzas because that is a tradition unlike any other. They say the Masters is, but election night pizza here in the newsroom. Do we have any food plans for tomorrow since we can't have
we are
shared?
getting like boxed something or another. Crated. Each person will get their own.
Boxed and crated.
Issued. Each person will be issued a box of food.
Okay.
You see, that's supposed to last then all night long.
That came from a soup kitchen, or no?
I don't know where it's coming from. I just don't know.
Will it be? I mean, this is a little selfish of me, but will the food be delivered before 7 p.m.?
Very likely.
All right, good.
And
I'll
we got
get some
extra.
food.
I know we got extra.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to your coverage, Chris Chandler. Thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, I think this is the biggest election in my lifetime. I can't think of one, and maybe it's just the political climate we're in. But I don't know. Maybe Reagan Carter. Maybe that was.
None of us could vote then, right?
No, I couldn't vote. I was 4 or whatever.
Exactly.
But I mean, I don't know. We'll see tomorrow. Everyone stay calm and stay quiet. So I mentioned sleep tomorrow. I honestly, like, I loved being the guy that was calling the presidential election. Were you with me 4 years ago, Longoria?
I'm sure I was.
Yeah. I mean, that's as a radio.
I remember yesterday.
As a radio broadcaster, that's huge. To be in 2008, I was here, and I was able to declare Barack Obama the winner. And then 4 years ago, I was behind this microphone. Those are, I mean, that's like bucket list moments for a broadcaster. So I appreciate that. But I really appreciate the fact that I am not going to be doing it tomorrow because my sleep schedule is, I do that, and I'm done for like a month. You know, if I whack my schedule up that bad, especially as I get older, when I was younger, I could do it. I'm sleep deprived is basically what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Most sleep deprived professions in the United States, with almost 10 million Americans working 60 hours a week. Slumberyard, which I assume makes mattresses, looked at the most sleep deprived professions as classified by the CDC. Any guesses what might be on that list? What profession is sleep deprived, Longoria?
Probably something with a lot of stress, I would think, but I don't know, airplane pilots?
Pilots. That's, no, well, you know what? They work, I mean, it's a tough job. It's an important job, but they're like 3 days on, 7 days off, like that. So
they get to get their rest.
Yeah, they get their rest. So here are the most sleep-deprived professions. Number 22 on the list, farming, fishing, and forestry. I could see that.
Okay. Farming never ends.
Yeah, exactly. True. You're up till, you know, it's a 12-month a year
dealing with the
thing.
weather as it changes, yeah.
Number 21, education, training, and library. I don't know. Number 20, community and social services. Number 19, life, physical, and social science. These are kind of broad. Number 18, computer and mathematical. I guess if you're a mathematician, you're up all night working on problems.
You think when we call the IT department like at 2 a.m, right? And they got to run, poor Tim.
Poor Tim, yeah. That I get. Number 17, architecture and engineering. I guess they're working on deadlines, right? I guess they have to stay like, hey.
Yeah.
I think of the bridge collapse.
We need the Dolinsky project done by Wednesday. You're working, you know, so shout out to Dave Dolinsky. I just used his name in a thing. Number 16, sales and related. I don't know about not in radio.
Yeah, not radio sales.
Yeah, I don't think so. No offense to my favorite salespeople listening.
But I don't think they're losing sleep over it.
No, they are. It's a tough job, sure, but they're getting 8 hours a night, right? There's no way.
And
they're
that
not.
money helps them sleep.
Yeah,
at night.
exactly. 15, legal. I could see legal profession being sleep deprived, especially if you got a big case. We got the Dolinsky case. We need the briefs for the Dolinsky case. Another shout out to Dave Dolinsky, who is, by the way, a lawyer.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you the top 10 most sleep-deprived professions when we come back. And would you consider your job an area of sleep deprivation? Like, are you, with your career, your profession, if you're listening right now, do you feel you get less sleep than the normal person? And if so, what is your job? 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB. Talk on Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum. This is The Mark Arum Show. 652, 49 degrees on Peachtree Street. I'm not going to lie, I am enjoying the chilly weather. Mark Arum and the Bananas with you till 8 in the p.m. The most sleep-deprived professions in the world. I'll give you the top 10 in just a second. Do you think that your job causes sleep deprivation, and what do you do and why? 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. I'll give you the top 10 in just a second, but I want to see if any of you folks are on this list. Brian's in Sugar Hill, baby, Sugar Hill. Welcome to the show, Brian. What do you do for a living, buddy? Brian? Yeah, we clapping hands?
Oh, sorry, here we go.
There you go. Hey, Brian, what's going on? Yes, sir.
Decided to mute you for a second. I'm a certified anesthesiologist assistant, basically an anesthetist. I'm there by a bedside when you're asleep under surgery. And we have a pretty sleep-deprived profession. I was talking with this about a coworker the other day. You know, I may have like a case that lasts from like 5 p.m. until 11. I had like a really complicated one.
And you can't peace out either. You got to be there the whole time. No, yeah. No. You can't be like, all right, I'm taking a lunch break now.
You're fully engaged.
Yeah.
And then, but you don't know, like, you're going to have these big cases, you know, especially, you know, they come in, there may be a little bit of emergency. And, you know, there's this one case recently, and I got finished with it at 11:30 at night. And, you know, I have to go back in the morning wake up at 5:45.
What is your preferred juice to anesthetize people? What are you using these days?
We use propofol to get everybody down.
All right, that's what Longoria likes, so that makes sense.
I get it in gallons.
Yeah, Longoria's a big fan of the propofol. Yeah, I guess if there's no specific end date for one or time stamp, like, all right, this is an 8-hour shift. No,
no.
But the same for the doctors and nurses.
Yeah, it's not like.
Although I think the doctors and nurses could probably switch out at some point.
But you got to be like, all right, well, here's what happened.
We got to tap in. Longo, take care of this. David's in Conyers. David, what do you do for a profession?
I operate heavy equipment at a clean energy plant, and I actually work a swing shift, meaning days and nights, 12 hours at a time.
12 and 12.
14.
So that could be a number of these jobs. Construction and extraction is number 14. Installation, maintenance, and repair is number 8. Transportation and material moving is number 6. So you could be in a bunch of those, right?
Yeah, I could. Actually, my resume is kind of, not to brag, but yeah, I could probably apply to all those
positions. It's a deep resume. So is it the toughest part of your job is the length of the hours, or the changing of the hours, the uncertainty of the hours? Why are you missing sleep so much?
The changing of the hours, because I'll work real quick. I'll work 4 nights, off 2 days. Then I'll work 4 days, off 1, 3 nights, off 2 days. Then I'll work 4 days. But most of the time, you're supposed to get a week off once a month. But I usually work overtime. So. I really think that's a huge factor. It's not like if you work 12 hours a day, but they're the same 12 hours a day. Right. That's more palatable for me than if your schedule's like you're working, here and just
even if it's an overnight shift, it's the same shift.
As long as you're working the same shift, that makes it a lot easier. Matt's in Douglasville. Matt, what do you do for a living, buddy?
I'm a power lineman.
Oh God, hey, you guys have been doing a great job, man. Thanks for getting my power back on.
Hey, you're welcome to all the brothers and sisters out there that are in this profession. I can tell you 21 hours straight, 36 hours, no breaks. You're on a power restoration team. You may go from one city to the next city to the next city. Yeah. You don't have anywhere to sleep. Sometimes you're sleeping in your truck. So it's pretty deprived.
So you don't get, like, if you get called, like Tennessee calls up and is like, hey, Georgia, we need some linemen. They don't put you up in a hotel? They don't take care of you like that?
Well, they try to, but, sometimes going into hurricane, going into Florida and stuff, Louisiana, you get there, you're in a hotel that's got no windows, it's full of water. the beds, sometimes, you just got to suck it up, That's
real quick, Matt. So I asked this the other day after the rough storms. Like, obviously, your job is horrid when it's times like we've had. But like, what are things when it's calm and peaceful? What are you doing day to day? Are you just out there checking lines, or?
No, day to day we're out doing maintenance, changing poles, keeping the infrastructure up.
But that's better though. That's better than the post hurricane cleanup.
It's like, I'm on my way in right now on a call.
God bless. Keep up the good work, Matt. Thank you again. You and your brethren and sisters working the power lines. Got my power back up. Longoria, power still? No, you got it. You got it, Longoria.
Oh, yeah, I had it before you did. Yeah.
Deborah Green has her power. So thank you from all of us here on the Mark Arum Show. We appreciate it. I'll tell you the top 10 most sleep-deprived jobs. And do you consider your job to deprive you of sleep? If so, what do you do? 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. This is the Mark Arum Show.
The Mark Arum Show is performed before a live studio audience.
No, I'll run this town to be near you. I stand alone. I stand alone.
Welcome back to the show again. Monday Eve to you. Mark Arum here, you there. It's 7:07, 7 minutes after 7 o'clock. This is the Mark Arum Show, heard Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. Most of the fam here tonight. Deborah Green produces the show. Longoria, the stoic Eskimo on the other side of the takeout window. Low T Chuck, still on vacation. Our old friend Crystal Catfish Wheeler screening your calls. You might know her better as DJ Crystal. DJ Crystal? Is that it? Just regular DJ Crystal from Word on the Street. And I believe Word on the Street is going to be part of our election coverage, right? The day after the election, they'll be live on Wednesday
night, 10 p to midnight.
Wednesday, 10 p to midnight. Again, the polls open in less than 12 hours. All of your election coverage right here on your official election station. I just dubbed us that, by the way. That's not an official line. No one's made us that but me. But it's 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. Be safe out there. I have breaking news, Longoria. Mark Arum Show breaking news. This is election related. You ready for this, Deborah Green?
Where is
I mentioned that Dave Chappelle is in town doing comedy shows in Norcross. So he's warming up. He's doing Saturday Night Live this Saturday. So he's testing out material. I just got a text from a reliable source that he is now going door to door in Kirkwood, knocking on doors, encouraging people to vote.
All right, I have a friend over there. I'll tell him to let me know if he stops by.
Yeah, so text your friend and be like, because I would, if someone knocks on my door, I don't answer it.
Oh, no, I look out and be like, who's that? I don't know who that is.
Yeah, so text your friend and be like, hey, it could be Dave Chappelle. I thought that's pretty cool.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, wouldn't that be?
You're like, oh, get away. Like yelling through the door, I don't want
Would you invite him in? Be like,
hells yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then just start recording.
Yeah, I'd be like, Maya, get him a beer. What else do you need, Dave?
Yeah, what do you want?
I'm Archie Bunker all of a sudden. Go sit on the big chair. All right, so we're talking about the most sleep-deprived jobs in the world. Well, actually, just in America. I don't know about the world. I'm going to get back to your calls in just a second. Here are the top 10, Longo. Business and finance operations, office and administrative support. I could see that. Like, if you're an administrative assistant for, like, a big company, you're always on call. Always on call. That is a tough job. Number 8, definitely, installation, maintenance, and repair. If you're in that kind of an industry, you don't have a set schedule. You can be called out at any time. Number 7, personal care and service. I guess like a home nurse, that would put it in there. Transportation and material moving. Oh, shout out to all my truck drivers out there. That's for sure a sleep deprivation job. Number 5, protective service. Bodyguard, Secret Service, CIA, anything like that. Number 4, food prep and serving related. I enjoyed my time as a server, and I got enough sleep. Because you could sleep in, right? As long as you weren't working breakfast.
But is it the people maybe that's taking food from point A to point B, like delivering it to all the restaurants?
Okay, yeah.
Because it's got to be there at a certain time, right?
I know chefs are sleep deprived, too. Because they have to get up and go to the market.
Pick everything up.
Yeah, and then stay up all night and cook. Number 3, healthcare practitioners and technical. Number 2, healthcare support. And number 1, most sleep deprived job is production. So I guess Dino and Catherine?
Absolutely,
Is that radio production maybe? So there you go.
Radio came in like at number 12, I think.
Oh, really?
Media.
Oh, media 12,
That's us.
I mean, my schedule is awful, right? The split shift is awful. But as long as it's the same, I'm okay.
Yeah, mine gets shifted around a lot, and it it definitely takes a toll.
You're a definite nomad. But I'm fine. If my schedule doesn't change week to week, I can adjust. But when I get like, hey, you need to fill in for Von Hessler, I get that call at 8 in the morning. Then I'm screwed for 4 days because it just totally messes my schedule up. 404-872-0750. AJ's in Sandy Springs. AJ, welcome to the Mark Arum Show.
Hey, thank you for having me.
What's going on, buddy? What do you do for a living?
I'm a banker, so I have horrible hours. No, I'm just kidding. No, I actually do. I work in hospitality, but before I am what I am right now, I mean, I work about 75 hours a week minimum. And I can tell you this right now. I actually, when I was in college, I used to work 2 full-time jobs, and I used to actually go to school full-time. I used to have classes from 8 to 2. I used to work in a restaurant from 3 to 11, and I used to do overnight valet auditing from 12 to 6.
And you could do it because you were young, right? You were young and energetic.
No, it was because I didn't want to have any student loan debt, but that didn't really work out.
But I'm saying it's easier to do that at like 20 than it is at 50, right? To do the full-time jobs and the schooling.
Well, I'm 25, and I can tell you that. So I guess maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
But it took a toll on my body. But yeah, it was.
You got to do it. That's why I did. I worked full-time when I was in college too to pay the bills, to pay for tuition, and that's a struggle when you're working, a 40-hour job and you're going to class 20 hours a week or whatever. It's tough. That's why my grades stank. That's my excuse. Man, I had to work all the time. That's why I get C's. Shonda is in McDonough. Shonda, welcome to the program.
Hey, Mark, how are you?
Excellent. What's going on?
Hey, I'm a flight attendant, and my rest actually starts 15 minutes after we block in to the gate. So usually we have passengers on the airplane when my rest actually starts. And you hope and pray that the hotel van is there to pick you up, to take you to the hotel, which is always not the case.
So I have friends that are flight attendants, and they're like, it's not a demanding schedule according to them. Like, it's not great, but it's never the same, or it's not usually the same, where like they will work for 8 days straight and then they're off for like 4 days, and then like the hours are different. Is that true for you too?
It is, yes. I try to work only Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays, which is pretty good.
Yeah, for sure.
But our rest, if you have a short rest, a short night, like say a 9-hour rest, your rest actually starts when you still have passengers on the airplane. And then you got to wait another 15, 20 minutes until
I got you. So your rest might be 9 hours, but you might only get 4 hours of sleep.
Exactly, depending on what time the van picks you up at the hotel.
What's the plum gig for a flight attendant these days? Is it like still the cross-Atlantic kind of like first-class gig?
It just depends.
Yeah.
It depends on what you bid for. Like,
sure.
I like the short hop. I prefer the short hop.
Yeah.
So I'm gone for 3 days, but I don't like to keep people on. I don't like to be on the airplane more than 2 hours for 10
I get
people.
that for sure.
Sense?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, as a passenger, I don't like the long flights, like the transatlantic flights. When we flew to Japan, like that was the longest I've ever been on a plane. So I guess if I was a flight attendant, I'd want anything under 3 hours, right? After 3 hours, you're getting a little cramped, Longoria. Brian's in Covington. Brian, what do you do for a living?
I run a tower crane, man.
A tower train?
Tower crane.
Oh, a power
Downtown
crane. Wow. Like one of those big skyscraper cranes?
Yep.
Dude.
400 feet in the air right now, man.
Oh, all right. I'm very curious about this job. First off, how did you wind up with that gig? That's like a weird profession.
I just been in heavy equipment my whole life and ran across a guy that trained me and said I had it, and I took off with it and been doing it about 8 years now, and some of the best work you'll ever do.
I would have to imagine, because, I mean, you know what I'm talking about, Longoria, right? He does those big construction cranes. I got to admit, with so much pressure, you've got to be a pretty well-paid individual to do that gig, right?
Well, yeah, the money is definitely why you do it.
Yeah, sure. What's your biggest fear when you're working that big crane?
No, really not any fear. I mean, it's all computer-based. I mean, you can't really mess up unless one of your riggers or ground men don't know their job and you're in the blind doing something, and
yeah,
it it gets real crazy really quick.
Now, I would imagine 2020, the technologically, you mentioned the computers. I bet it's a lot easier now than it was working one of those rigs, like 30 or 40 years ago, where you might have been flying blind.
For sure. The guy that trained me explained some of the older cranes. It was, if the crane would do it, you did it.
Yeah.
And it's definitely sketchy, but I mean, you work anywhere from 70 to 100 hours every week for anywhere from a year to sometimes 2 years.
Now, do you get bid on? Like, does like a construction manager go, "Oh, we need to get Brian on the big crane here," or do you work with the same outfit?
No, I work for the same outfit.
What about high winds? Like, if it's really windy, do you get the day off? Is it like a snow day?
Well, it's really operator discretion. If you feel comfortable enough to work in it, you work in it. Wednesday, when we had all the high winds, I worked all day long.
Really?
40 mile an hour.
There were 50, 60 mile an hour
man.
gusts, though. That seems dangerous to me that you were out there doing that.
Well, I mean, it's you have to use discretion at what you get.
Yeah.
You don't want to grab stuff that doesn't weigh anything. You want to have weight.
Sure.
A couple thousand pounds to keep the load under control. So, but it's awesome, man. But you definitely got to be in it for the time because
that's a long day. All right, final most important question though, Brian. Do chicks dig that gig? Like, do you use that line like, "Hey, those cranes downtown?" Like,
yeah, for sure. Come on down. If you're not afraid of heights, let's go up 600-700 feet.
Bri, I did the same thing when I used to fly in the helicopter, man. I'd be like, I'd meet a girl out and be like, "Hey, you want to take a helicopter flight around the city?" "Oh my God, really? Are you a pilot?" "No, I'm a traffic reporter."
You a pilot?
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Tell me what the pilot's name is.
It was cool. It's funny. Like, my wife is the only woman I ever dated that I didn't take up in the helicopter. Because I don't fly in it anymore.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
oh man, women love that. I bet they would love the big crane. Women love aircraft, big cranes, but not drummers. We found out here at the Mark Arum Show. Deborah Green says chicks do not take drummers.
Not over lead singers.
404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. The most sleep-deprived careers in the U.S. We'll talk to you next on the Mark Arum Show.
Mark Arum on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Bum, stickly bum. I think, Longoria, you get a decent amount of sleep, right? Unless they mess with your schedule. Like, I like your shift. What's your general shift Monday through Friday?
Noon to 8.
Oh, that's gold. That's gold right there.
It is. I get to see the girls right before they go to sleep. But
yeah.
Yes. I stay up late. I stay up till like midnight.
That's the dream.
I know, but I wake up at 7 in the morning. So
yeah, if I could, I'd stay up till 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Sleep till 10, 11 a.m.
The girls are up all night.
That's the dream. How did I wind up working mornings?
Bugging me.
Scott is in Butts County. Scott, are you sleep deprived with your job, buddy?
Yeah, but my wife is more sleep deprived than I am. She's a stay-at-home mom raising 3 kids.
Ooh, that's the toughest gig in the world, my friend. 24 hours a day right there.
Yes, sir. I'm a CNC operator and a Pizza Hut delivery driver.
Ooh.
So I don't get much sleep at all.
What's the average tip these days on a Pizza Hut delivery?
On a good night, I've raked in about, on a real good night, I've raked in about $120.
What percentage of people still don't tip the delivery guy?
About 30%.
Wow, that high?
Yes, sir.
God,
with the election coming up.
I've got to plead. When I was growing up, we didn't order pizza delivery at the house very often because there was only like one pizza delivery joint. Yeah. But my mom never tipped the guy. I just thought that was the way it was. So when we go to college, the first time I ordered a pizza, and I didn't tip the guy, and the guy stood at the door, was like, "Dude, how about a little something from the effort?" I'm like, "Huh?" I had no clue you're supposed to tip the pizza guy.
Really?
Yeah. So, obviously...
Blame your mom, but
I do blame my mom. But now, I try to be overly generous when I tip.
Yeah, I usually start with $5. That's my...
minimum. Yeah, minimum. What's weird with Uber Eats is you pre-tip now. So you can do, 10, 15, 20% of your order. So the more you order, the bigger the tip is. And I think that's fair, right? They're lugging They're lugging in all that food. Can we get Russ in Gainesville on real quick here, Longoria?
Sure.
Yeah. Russ, welcome to the show, buddy.
Russ, come here, man. I want to talk to you.
What's going on?
You know, when I was in radio, I was a remote DJ. So that was crazy. You know, if your listeners don't know, I was a DJ at parties. So, you know, I could be at a bar at 4 o'clock in the morning and have to go to a high school at 8 o'clock the next day.
Yeah, that's part of that service entertainment industry. You know, if you are a wedding photographer or a caterer or Russ runs a photo booth for Sweet 16 parties, like you never know, right, Russ? I mean, the schedule could be all over the map.
Oh, yeah. I would have to sleep in the van sometimes, in the radio station van, because sometimes I was doing 2 or 3 of those a day. And,
Russ,
there's no, constant schedule like you have.
Yeah, no.
I know your hours are crazy, but mine would be different every day.
So here's the deal, Russ. Tomorrow's the biggest election in your lifetime. I'm only on for an hour, so I need you to call in early tomorrow, buddy, okay?
Okay, I definitely will.
All right, and Russ is going to be out there knocking on doors for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris tonight in Gainesville.
With Dave Chappelle.
With Dave Chappelle. Thanks, Russ. We'll come back after news, weather, and traffic. More of your calls. Then Johnny Kielbasa with a fast food review, 404-872-0750. This is The Mark Arum Show.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner, and you're listening to The Mark Arum Show.
He packed in the animals 2 by 2.
Ox, a camel, and a Longoria. Welcome back to the show. Mark Arum with you. We are exactly 11 hours and 24 minutes away from the polls opening. But if you're listening to the Mark Arum Show, you take care of business early. You've probably early voted. I early voted. Deborah Green, do you early voted?
No, I'm an election day girl.
Oh.
Always.
All right, good luck. Yep. We won't see you tomorrow night on the show.
Fine.
We stuck in the line. Schlongo.
I early voted.
Early voted,
last
yes.
week.
Catfish is a registered voter in Kentucky, so she casted her ballot in Lexington or Paducah.
Yes, and here.
And here. All right, so Catfish got to vote 3
Just to
times.
make sure.
Be safe at the polls tomorrow. Make sure you get out and do your patriotic duty of casting your ballot. Tomorrow's election coverage starts at 4:30 a.m. with the Landing's Morning News and Scott Slade. I'm on tomorrow just 6 to 7, and then Chris Chandler is going to anchor our coverage throughout the night here on your official election station, 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. Talking about the most sleep-deprived professions out there. Just curious what you do, and do you consider your job to deprive you of sleep? Donna is in Buford, Georgia. Donna, welcome to the Mark Arum Show.
Hey, Mark. How are you?
Donna, I love that name. I love that song, too. Oh,
thank you.
Donna. That was Richie Valens, Longoria's favorite singer.
Not my Richie. Yeah,
not my Richie. Anyway, Donna, what can I do for you?
Well, my most sleep-deprived job was when I was a bail bondsman or a bail bondswoman in Gwinnett County.
Oh, I bet that was an interesting gig, huh?
Yeah, it was my favorite job. I drove a school bus for Gwinnett County for 28 years, retired now, but I would drive a school bus, and then at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I'd go on call for the bonding company.
So did you own the bonding company, or you worked for the bonding company?
I worked. I wish I owned it.
So thankfully, I've never had to post a bond. But how exactly does that work? Let's say, hypothetically, Longoria gets arrested for really reckless driving because he's the worst driver I know.
That's fake news.
And he gets held on a $1,000 bond. I don't know if that's a thing or not. But how does that work? Like, how does he contact you to get him out of jail?
Well, we just called our bonding company, and there's a lot of them in Gwinnett County now. And he would have to have a co-signer.
That would probably be me.
Mark Arum.
Yeah, I'd co-sign for him.
And that's just so if he didn't show up for court, then you would owe that full bond amount.
But the time, I only have to give him $100 to get him out, right? Isn't 10% of what he is bonded for?
Well, it's 12% now.
Oh,
$10,000 and above is 15%.
Oh, wow! All right, Longoria, don't do anything bad. I can't do a $10,000 bond.
Okay.
That's $1,500. I did the math for you.
Yeah,
that's $1,500. I can't do that.
You can't do that.
That's I bet you meet some characters on that gig, though, Donna.
Well, people always say that, but I have met some of the nicest people. Everybody that goes to jail is not bad, but you meet some doozies too. But,
yeah. Listen, you meet some doozies in every profession for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, people used to ask me, what do you do for a living? And I would tell them I deal with kids and crooks, and I like the crooks better because they're always glad to see me and they give me money.
How long were you a bus driver?
28 years.
All right. So here's the most important question in this whole conversation. At any time, as a bondswoman, did you have to deal with someone that used to drive to school, right? Like, oh, little Timmy was in 4th grade, and now he needs a bond 20 years later, something like that.
Yes, I did. My phone would ring, and they'd say, Miss Donna, or somebody would knock at my back door. Miss Donna?
Miss Donna, you remember me from the bus?
Oh, yeah.
That's
they
hilarious.
were hell, too, let me tell you.
Well, I don't know if that's hilarious, but it's ironic at the very least. Thank you, Donna. Rob's in Mayretta. Rob, welcome to the Mark Arum Show.
Yeah, hi, Mark. Just real quick from last week, worst Halloween candy ever. My family and so-called friends gave me Werther's Originals and saltwater taffy because I'm going to be 50 in a couple of weeks.
Gosh, well, it's better than nothing, right? Like if I walk into Deborah's home and she's got saltwater taffy and Werther's.
Go with Werther's.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's better than nothing, right? I mean, she could be offering me nothing. So, but on Halloween, you don't want that.
It was intentionally offensive.
There you go.
That's my grandfather's favorite candy, Werther's.
Well, it's the favorite. I'm to the age now where I'm like, oh, well, I'll pick up some Werther's. I'm getting to that
You're right
point.
there.
Real quick, Halloween, you mentioned. Did the girls do trick or treat? What did you guys do?
Yeah, we did the thing at the house where we did a little scavenger hunt for them, and they ran around and got. My daughter said she had 113 candies, is what she counted.
Nice.
So
does she know how to count?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know she just
no. She counted 113, and she ate 3, so really it was 116. But
Nice.
she got way more than if she would have gone
out.
trick-or-treating.
Yeah. Deborah, did you guys have any trick or treaters? Did you do anything?
No, they did a parade around our neighborhood, and then the moms like to get up and sit in the cul-de-sac and drink wine.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Sounds perfect. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk.
And now, on the Mark Arum Show, it's time for the Fast Food Review.
Hey. Joining us live on the Greasy Salty Hotline from parts unknown, height unknown, weight, we do not want to know. Johnny Kielbasa and the ever so popular Fast Food Review. What's going on, Jonathan?
Oh, not much, Mark Arum. I went to the store and bought that 240-piece trick-or-treat candy bag and decided to shut my light off and eat it all myself.
My man. A Halloween tradition like no other.
Mark, I got a little breaking news tonight for
Let's hit it, Longo. There we go.
Where is Hector?
Mark, I believe it was Vincent Price that said the foulest stench is in the air, the funk of 40,000 years, and grisly ghouls from every tomb are closing in to seal your doom, and though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver, for no mere mortal can resist the funk of the Mac Rib, because the Mac Rib's coming back in a couple weeks, Mark. The Mac Rib funk's going to be back in the air.
My favorite thing about the McRib sandwich is how you pronounce it. I mean, it's delicious, yes, but you calling it the Mac Rib is fantastic.
The Mac Rib funk is real.
And this is an unusual time for the Mac Rib to be making its appearance, right? This is a special thing for McDonald's.
Yeah, last year they rolled it out usually about October, but this year they're actually going to wait until early December, so get your phones out and open up your calendar and put a little reminder in there for December 2nd. Get your little advent calendars out and put the countdown on, because you got boneless pork. Sorry, I'm getting a little verklempt just talking about it. Barbecue sauce, onions. And Mark, they bring out that hoagie bun, which I never see with anything else. I wish they offered the hoagie bun with any kind of cheeseburger all year, but they only save it for the McRib.
The quarter pounder with cheese on a hoagie bun. That would sell like hotcakes. Yeah.
That's what I want.
I mean, I'm nostalgic for the Mac Rib. I love the Mac Rib. I'm going to get the Mac Rib. It's more American than apple pie at this point. I mean, it's the Mac. The problem is, though, one just doesn't fill me up, Johnny. Even on a combo meal, I need 2 of those bad boys.
Be prepared to overpay for it. Of course, one isn't going to do the job, but you're always going to have to buy more than one. And don't be afraid to ask for cheese. I know a lot of people are purists about the McRib, but I don't mind a slice of cheese on mine.
Not at all.
It goes well with the sauce.
Before we get to the football minute, quick fast food observation. So I stopped at Chick-fil-A on my way in today, and what separates my drive-through encounter at Chick-fil-A from other fast food restaurants is this. It puts pressure on me, right? So when I pull up to the drive-through, if I'm listening to Howard Stern, I change the channel, right? I don't want to offend them with Howard Stern. And then today, I tidied up the inside of my car so they couldn't see how messy my car was. Like I'm like I want
looking inside.
Well, but they're high above. Care. They can. They have the. I know, but like at McDonald's or Burger King, I don't care if they look in my car. But for some reason, Chick-fil-A, I'm like, oh, I I like clean everything up. I don't know. Am I the only one that does that?
Yes, you are.
Really?
Yeah,
You don't do that?
It's a classy joint.
It is a class. Thank you, Johnny Kielbasa. I tidied up my car before I got to the window, so they wouldn't be like, "Oh, look at this scumbag."
Yeah, look at this slob.
I like to keep a blanket in my back seat. That way I can just throw it over whatever's sitting in my front seat.
That's a clutch move. All right, let's do that football minute there, Schlongo. I love that intro. All right, Johnny Kielbasa joins us every Monday, not only to give us the latest on the fast food news, but to give us the weekend that was in the world of pigskin. It's the football minute.
Deb Green, chip that defensive end, go out in the flats, I'm going to hit you for a touchdown. Week 8 in the NFL, give it up or turn it loose. Week in college, here comes the madness week in America. Your Magic City Dirty Birds are by far the best 2-6 team in the NFL. Young Ho Koo keeps on kicking it through. Your Athens County Bulldogs saw the blue moon of Kentucky but kept on shining even as 4 defensive starters got knocked out of the game. World's smallest cocktail party this weekend. Your Midtown Bumblebees welcomed a ranked opponent to town. Both teams had gold helmets. I couldn't tell them apart. It didn't go well for the Wreck. Your Downtown Panthers also welcomed a ranked opponent to town. It went even worse, a 51-0 shellacking from the Shankletiers. Your Atlanta United got a clean sheet against Cincinnati. They have a teeny chance to make the MSL playoffs. The Steelers are 8-0. Alabama 6-0. The Jets are 0-8. OBJ's out for the year. Antonio Brown's back. America's team, the Cleveland Browns, revived Red Right 88 from 1980 and left points on the board in 2020. And tonight, Mark Arum's New York Football Giants are thinking upset in Tampa Bay. Too bad the GOAT has other plans on the MNF.
Touchdown! You're right. You made a great observation about that Tech Notre Dame game. Like for the first 3 minutes, I'm like, wait, who's who? Like, yeah. It was crazy. It was crazy. Real quick, not fast food related, but yesterday evening, our friends at Ted's Montana Grill invited the Mark Arum Show to their new location off of Marietta Boulevard, which is within walking distance of my house, which is going to be trouble for me. So it was me, Longo, and little Sanjay. And Johnny, I know you're a nachos fan. The buffalo nachos, like that is like the one thing I've never had on the Ted's menu.
Really?
Usually I get like soup or the chili or whatever, or the sliders, but I wanted something we could share. And we went up getting 2 orders of those things. They were phenomenal, Johnny K. The buffalo nachos.
That sounds great. Thank you, Ted.
Yeah, thank you, Ted. What did you get, Longoria?
I got the steak.
Yeah.
The 14-ounce steak.
You didn't get the bison, though.
I did not.
You went the beef. I went with the bison New York strip.
Yeah. I got so much stuff for the bison the last time, so I said, I'll go beef.
It was. It was delicious. Maya had the bison meatloaf. It was good stuff. So shout out, thank you to the fine folks at Ted's. New location now open in Marietta Boulevard in Northwest Atlanta. And this is literally, I can predict the text I'm going to get from my wife now. I'll be like, hey, why don't you? I don't feel like cooking. Why don't you just swing by Ted's?
Yeah, it's just down the street.
And I'm fine with that. Johnny K, we appreciate you as always. And
if the cholesterol is high, baby, so am I. Johnny Kielbasa on Twitter. Johnny Kielbasa Rocks on Instagram. Listen to the Sausage Hut podcast on any pod app or JohnnyKielbasa.com.
Real quick before you go, Johnny K, I want you to fist bump Longoria. His 2 sides with the steak last night, mashed potatoes and French fries.
Kaboom! Carve it up, Big Daddy.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Johnny. JohnnyKielbasa.com. We'll be right back. One more segment to go of The Mark Arum Show.
Just like music.
Com. Mark Arum on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Final segment of the Monday evening broadcast. Thanks, as always, for making us a part of your drive home, or if you're home at work, listening on the app. I appreciate it. Again, tomorrow, short show 6 to 7, because Chris Chandler is going to anchor our network coverage of the election tomorrow starting at 7 p.m. Lanny's in Athens. Lanny, welcome to the program. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Sleep-deprived job. What do you have?
Well, I've always heard that it was the active military during a wartime that they just work. They don't take a shift and then go back home. They just keep fighting.
So,
Sometimes it's 12 hours, 14 hours, 17 hours, nonstop.
Could be 4 straight days. World War I, there were battles that lasted 4 straight days.
Yep.
Yeah, active military. Good call on that. What about you? What is your job?
I'm a sales rep. I travel the state of Georgia to grocery store, meat departments. So I get up pretty early in the morning. I leave the house sometime 4:30, 5 o'clock. Get to the stores early.
As a meat expert, what is your favorite cut?
the tenderloin of the beef, the filet mignon. That's my favorite of all.
Nice. Longoria likes the bison fillet. Can't believe
I like fillets.
I can't believe you didn't get the bison fillet. You did go for the biggest steak on the menu, so I do appreciate that. Carl's in Decatur. Carl, welcome to the Mark Arum Show.
Hey, Mark. Thanks for taking the call.
My pleasure, buddy.
So I'm a research scientist, and what I love and hate about my job is what your schedule looks like is entirely dependent on your ability to plan. And as as I've spent longer in the field, you get better and better at that. Sometimes you'll do something that takes 5 hours to set up, then has to sit in the incubator for 48 hours, and then you look at it and it takes 5 hours to analyze later. And as you progress, you start to realize that, hey, it's 2 o'clock on a Thursday. If I start this now, I'm not finishing until midnight on Saturday. And so that, for me, that's always an easy way to judge how long someone's been in there. The closer you can get to a 9 to 5, the better you understand what you're doing and the better you can control your schedule.
I would be horrible at that because I don't know if you've noticed, Longoria or Deborah, like I'm horrible at planning stuff out.
Oh, yeah.
Like, thank goodness for Deborah Green because I'm just horrible. I'm last minute, procrastinating Johnny. That's me. So, I couldn't do any job where it needs, we got to come in and do 4 hours of prep. And no. Couldn't do it, Longoria. Could you? You're kind of organized.
Yeah, I guess I could. I mean, if I had time.
I'm a fly by the seat of my pants kind of guy.
Yeah, you are.
All right, let's do star of the show there, Longoria.
And now, are you guys ready for the Mark Arum star of the show?
Our two guests tonight get star of the show. Randi, the millennial, who said the dog in the trench coat. That was a fantastic line. And our old friend Crystal Catfish Wheeler, who did not vote in 3 separate precincts this year, folks. That was a joke. Calm down. Crystal's
she got a lot of calls.
Crystal's not an illegal voter. She is a legal voter. And you can hear Wednesday night on Word on the Street at 8 p.m. All right, so again, tomorrow it's election night. Polls open in roughly 11 hours and 3 minutes. We got you covered starting at 4:30 a.m. with Atlanta's Morning News and Scott Slade. And then all day tomorrow, we're only on 6 to 7. Then Chris Chandler takes over. It's your official election station right here. We'll continue the conversation on Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum. Facebook, Mark Arum, WSB. Oh, Longoria is on Instagram now.
I am.
It is at...
Well,
At...
I may make one for WSB. Let's just wait on that.
Oh, we're going to wait on that.
Yeah,
all right.
Let's just wait on that.
Good tease. We'll tell you tomorrow.
There you go.
In the meantime, go to sleep, little baby.
Go to sleep, you little baby.
Guests of the Mark Arum Show stay at the All Suite Omni Hotel, located in the heart of Chicago's Magnificent Mile.